What it do? What it do? This your boy, man, DJKillzownJones. Remember the name or remember you lane? What's up? What's popping? Hold up. Hold up. I'm not thing ain't going live yet. Let me make sure that we live because I'm about to go ahead and drop this gem right quick, right fast. Yeah, man. It's Big Killzone. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, we did. We lit. So it's Big Killzone here, man. You gotta live life carefree. You gotta live life carefree. You cannot, as a black nerd brother, you cannot live your life trying to impress people or keep other people happy. Your happiness, your mind state, your well-being affects your health. It affects your mental state. It affects your heart. It affects your work ethic. It affects your sleep. It affects your motivation. It affects your drive. It affects your relationships. It affects your soul. So people and things, you know, whether it be friends, family, co-workers, whatever, will pull you in a million directions. And you have to go in your mind what you're getting ready to do for them. They may or may not be able to reciprocate. And you also have to be ready when you have to turn a person down, right, for the backlash. Many a time in the black community, the parents cling to the children to make a better life for them and then their future family. Whereas, you know, our white nerd brothers, you know, a lot of them came up into money or came into a situation, or, you know, they don't have Lil Pookie and Lil Ray Ray and Junebug and Big Dog and Lil Man down the street. You know what I'm saying? They living in a nice neighborhood. They doing this, that, and the third. You know, they're not counting on their kids, you know what I'm saying, to provide for them. If anything, they'll help provide to the kids to get to a certain point so then they don't have to worry about them. And then when they get older, they take care of them. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of black nerd brothers, we didn't grow, you know, most of our white nerd brothers grew up with a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis in the house with the 2 controllers for each one and all the games that they ever wanted for the system. You know, and they was in Blockbusters just getting every game off the shelf if they couldn't buy it. So, you know, with your friends might want you to do something, you know, right then or when it's convenient for them. You know what I'm saying? You got 1 or 2 choices. You can get mad, just like with your family. You can get mad or you can get offended. You can do it or do not. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing. Like, it's just a sacrifice that you got to make. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to your spouse, I forgot about that. You know, you are not going to always keep your spouse happy or your girlfriend or your lover happy. They're going to get pissed off, and what you going to do? You know, you're going to fold up your co-worker, same way. They might be baller blocking you, hater blocking you, but the more you feed into something, I'm not a prep talk guy because I feel like when you do affirmations, after a while it gets old, and it's kind of like, are you really saying it, or do you believe it in your heart that this is what it is? So I'm an action person. You know, I don't even like saying a whole bunch of stuff and then it not come to fruition. So, peep game. You got to deal with that in a certain way. You got to deal with your spouse. You got to deal with your friends. You got to deal with your family. Now, do your family stop being your family? You know, after you do or do not do something, no. They going to love you or they going to make you outcast. with your friends? Do you stop being a friend of them, or they stop being a friend with you? It don't matter. I mean, it really is up to y'all. Whoever make the first move, make the first move. Your spouse, if she gonna get mad, you gonna go off on her, you gonna, you know, jeopardize your freedom, or you gonna leave her because y'all having a disagreement, or if y'all had disagreements and never really addressed them, y'all just ended them, and that's it. You know, with your coworkers, are you gonna spaz out on your coworkers and then get fired because you didn't handle your business or you didn't do things the correct way? It's all relative. It's all connected. And the moment you stop caring so much about who likes you, you know, who is your friend, what girl likes you, you know, if your girl getting on your nerves, or your family hating on your job or whatever, or your friends hating on you or your job, hey, you got to make a decision to live life carefree. I'm not saying be reckless. I'm not saying be totally selfish. Do things when you can and do things in moderation. But don't kill yourself, or don't trip out on yourself, or make that's how people get depression and anxiety, where they think that based upon their merits that their relationship should be as good as the amount of work as they put into it. But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we're talking about this right now on the Black Nerd Brothers stream is because we have expensive hobbies. You know what I'm saying? We have expensive hobbies. We do a lot of expensive things more than any other group of people. You know, buying comics, you know, you got paperbacks. There's there's $10 to $25, you know, for a manga or for a graphic novel, or more depending on what it is. We got games, different tiers of games, systems to play it on, PCs to rig up. You know, so you can only do so much with your time, talents, and money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind when you're making your decisions about your family or your coworker or whatever. But at the same time, you got to do what makes you happy. You know, so everything in moderation. Everything, take one day at a time, and you let when the next day gets around, you let it go. Don't let it linger on your heart. Don't bring it back up. You just gotta get that dirt off your shoulders, man. You gotta get it off your shoulders, and you get back up and you keep going, and you keep doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And don't let nobody put you down. Don't let nobody sun you or clown you. You gotta do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't live your life trying to please other people, because you'll never ever, I don't care how many times you do it, it's going to be one time you mess up. It's going to be one time you can't come through. It's going to be one time you just can't do it. And that'll be the end of your relationship with that person, whatever the relationship is. So, you know, this your boy DJKillzownJones, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, favorite, subscribe. And I'm out, man. Peace.